Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, another video yet today on the Marshall MG15CFX. This time we're going to test out pedals. One specifically is going to be my acoustic simulator pedal. Now, where it's set up as far as the knobs go are my favorite settings for my Blackstar HT5 amp. However, there are pickup choices as well. Got to see how they sound on the Marshall. So, because no two amps are the same. And besides, my Blackstar does have a 10-inch speaker in it. But we want to test out pedals. I have the TC Electronic Fangs metal distortion pedal, the East River Overdrive. I'm not going to bother with the reverb pedal. I'm just going to use the reverb that's in the amp. And I'm actually using a studio reverb. We are also going to check out the analog chorus, as well as, of course, the acoustic simulator, as mentioned. Now what I've done is I put the amp into what's called manual mode. This way I can choose to do whatever I want without disturbing any of the presets. Not that I can't re-wipe out everything anyway, but when you're going to run pedals into an amp, you want full autonomy over the amp. You don't want to have, you know, anything that's preset that's going to interrupt, because even on their clean channel, their preset, it's got one of the FXs in it, which I am guessing is not only reverb but also chorus. And I don't want any of that. I just want just a clean tone with what I want even for the EQ, which I've chosen to leave the mid and the treble both around 9 o'clock. Because this way I take the bite off, because I don't want that bite there. Okay, it's very annoying even on clean. So, because Marshall amps, like Fender amps, Fenders are worse though. But Fender and Marshall have one thing in common, in that they have a lot of mid and a lot of treble, and it's near impossible to control the mid and treble control on especially the lower end Fender amps. Like if you're buying something like a Princeton Reverb or any other tube amps, and some of their higher end solid states, they're usually not bad, they're pretty good. In fact, their tube amps kind of rule, and they have so beautiful of EQing even all at 12. But their cheaper solid state amps, which would be comparable to this, they're really bitey, and it's really hard to control that bite. At least with this, I can leave it at 9 o'clock, and it's a very nice balanced tone of the strings, so very nice EQing this way. And my bass is actually sitting around 12 something, but we're going to put the bass rate at 12. Now our gain, we want that around 12. Full volume, and of course we have our master where we want it. I think a little bit more. So let's start from left to right, and let's start with the distortion. Now we can add a bit more volume to that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, East River Overdrive. Keep in mind, these are my settings that I usually run on the Blackstar. Sounds completely different than what it's doing on the Marshall. Alright, chorus. Now this is just an MXR analog chorus. And I really love an analog chorus. Now let's go back to the distortion, but on the neck pickup. We're going to leave the acoustic pedal for the end. So on the neck pickup, there's the bridge, neck, Alright, overdrive. Again, the bridge, neck. Chorus. On the bridge first. Neck. Alright, now that acoustic stimulator. Now I do have 3 settings to go through on each pickup just to see what it's like. So let's start with the first one at the top. Now this goes piezo, standard, and jumbo. I'm not changing the dials because I'm fine with the way they are on the Black Star. But let's see how they are on this. So we'll go clean first. Now we have just a bit of that studio reverb. Okay. Now this will turn up a bit more. Okay, and the neck. Definitely like that better on the bridge. Okay, so our middle setting is going to be standard. Now any of these acoustic pedals, you're going to really want to play with the dials till you get it just to the sound that you're after with your amp. And every amp's going to be different. Better on the neck. Okay, and what they call jumbo, the jumbo body. So bridge. That either. I'm thinking we're kind of let's check that standard again. Back to the piezo again. Neck. We need to pull the body back a bit. That was a little bit better that way. A little thin there though. Okay, so I want to try one more little thing if we can. Hopefully we can get this to work out right. I just got to get the right beat going. Okay. Definitely got to find a strumming pattern that's going to go along at the right speed, but yeah, I mean, with the beat buddy, it's fine for sitting here practicing. So anyway, yeah, I know I kind of like blew it on the whole strumming thing with the beat buddy. It's fine. Doing the blues stuff is great with that one. If you do have a beat buddy, that was Blues 1 standard drum kit, 109 beats per minute. But anyways, so I think as far as the pedals go, it takes pedals really well. No problem there. Did have to pull the body back a little bit on that standard there. And it works on the neck pickup rather well. But kind of curious, just go back to bring the body back up again for the bridge. It's a little too much, maybe around 1 o'clock. It's kind of a little dullish, maybe a bit more treble. Yeah, I'll have to play with it, but it does a pretty good job. I really like the distortion. The distortion turned out great. Distortion is awesome. So, that answers your question. So yeah, for manual mode, I would say that's your best. Put the amp into manual mode. This way you've got full control over all the dials, so if there's some effects you don't have in your collection already, you may have them as the built-in effects, which will work out just great for you. You know, so that would be a bonus. But yeah, the distortion overdrive sounded great. The chorus pedal sounded fine. The acoustic pedal, there's a couple settings there that, you know, one in particular on the neck, that on the standard, that was fine. Just gotta watch that amount of body you add. So, but yeah, acoustic simulator pedals, there's different ones out there, and they're gonna react differently. They're not all the same kind of sound reproduction kind of thing. This one's made by Kalen, and I really like it. It cost me a lot less than the Boss, and I find that in some ways it is better than the Boss one, especially the price, but also for giving me, if I dial it in just right to the amp I'm using it with, it can work really super well. It's still not an acoustic guitar, but no acoustic simulator is going to get you that close to being the sound of an acoustic guitar. The idea is to kind of acousticize the sound, you know, if that's what you're after. It's not to give you a full-blown acoustic, because remember, acoustic guitars, they're not reliant like electrics are, so you change your volume and everything with how hard you hit, yes, the same you would an electric, but an electric gets capped by whatever volume you're at. So if you're just at this volume, that's the loudest you can get. I can get louder than that on my acoustic and drown this thing out almost. So, but a little bit of difference there. So simulators are a little different. But I think it takes pedals extremely well. So if you're looking for an amp that has some nice presets, it's got the Clean, the Crunch, and the OD one that are really good. The OD2 sucks really bad. Check my overview video. But for taking separate pedals independently and getting more access to distortions and overdrives that are maybe more appealing than what you can even dial in on this thing, yeah, it's going to take them. But like I said, put the amp in manual mode, and just play with your EQing, your gain stages, whatever, the way you want it. So we're only at half gain, right? So I can pull that gain back, but it's more of it's gonna reduce power more. But I can bring it up, pull my master back, and to a certain point I can change it. anyways, so yes, it takes pedals. Yes, it takes them very well. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the final review, which will be coming. Tonight I will be testing this amp out with the rest of the band. I may bring my acoustic simulator just in case I might need it. Otherwise I don't need any of the other pedals with me. So, and I will let you know in the review how that went. Yeah, anyways, that's it. See ya.